Hi everybody, Marty Rubin back for another segment of Marty's Corner, and we are so lucky to have Ira Kramer here. Ira is starring in Miracle on 34th Street. He is the very confident, very smooth talking, very quick on his feet, Fred Gailey.
Yes.
It's good to see you, Ira.
Hey, likewise. Thanks for having me.
So your character, underneath the bravado of your character, there's really your heart of gold.
For sure.
You know,
yeah, I think so.
Do you like? Is that a challenge for you to show both of those things to the audience?
I don't know if it's so much a challenge. I just think I think for me, like I try to find the bits of Fred Gailey that really kind of are a part of me.
Right.
You know, so for me, I think that's like I like to have fun. I like to, and I think I am a confident person. That doesn't mean I don't have moments of self-doubt. But if I can wear that on my sleeve, but I also like to think, I would like to think that I'm a, honest and kind person, and I care about people, be it my castmates or just people in general. And I think Fred has a lot of that. So it's maybe just amping up certain, parts of my own personality to fit the mold for Fred Gailey.
Yeah, that's good. Now you have a lot of scenes with the young girls, Cordelia and Raquel.
Yeah.
They play Susan Walker. You're the daughter of the woman you're falling in love with.
Yes.
Is it interesting, and do you have to build a different kind of chemistry when you're dealing with two different girls playing the roles?
I think so, to a degree, and I think as an actor, and as something that's so beautiful within live theaters, that we need to constantly be listening, right? And they're two completely different humans.
Yes.
So the line reads might be slightly different, or it might be a slightly different energy, and it's actually a pleasure because it demands of me that I be listening even more so than I would, because if I do the scene the same way with Raquel that I would do with Cordelia, then I'm just saying my lines, whereas actually like engaging in the scene and being able to be a part of that. So it really, it's a pleasure to have both different, see the nuance and the difference between the two.
That's pretty cool, yeah. Now, your character is defending Kris Kringle, who's playing Santa Claus at the Macy's. You have to defend and try to prove that he's really Santa Claus. Does that get you in the holiday spirit this year?
I think, well, I don't know how it couldn't, right? It certainly does. I think, well, you just said it. It's the spirit of Christmas, and I think, or the holiday spirit, because that can transcend across, multiple holidays, be it Hanukkah or anything else. I think the maybe I'm going off on a tangent here, but I think what's really important about this show is that heart of Christmas, right? Because there's all the noise on the outside that we have with with Macy's, and even Santa even says it, the commercialism and the cynicism, and we all get so amped up. And did I get all the people the right gifts, or did I get enough gifts for everybody? And that can be that can really cloud our view of what the holidays really are about, and it's about being with family. And
right. You think that's what resonates with because the audiences are loving the show. That kind of feeling is what resonating with them.
For sure, because definitely, it's giving them that feeling and that spirit of Christmas, and no show is a perfect show, but I think if it can give people a feeling and allow them to have that and latch into that, especially around this time of year, which for some people is a difficult time of year. And it very much so can be, but if you remind yourself to kind of tap into your friends and your family and your loved ones, and to be understanding and
that's nice.
Love one another.
Absolutely.
I think that is being communicated.
Now tonight, when you got off the train at Babylon Station, all right?
And it was cold.
And it was cold, and you're walking down Deer Park Avenue.
Yeah.
Babylon Village, has that holiday feel, that Bedford Falls kind of feeling to it,
Right.
And when you're approaching Main Street, and you make that right turn, and you look up and you see the Argyle Theater there, and you're walking into the theater, and the audience is going to be into it tonight. Do you get an adrenaline rush?
Yeah, I don't even know if I thought about that today specifically. I think I was so focused on, like, I need to get there. I'm running a couple of minutes late and it's cold. But for sure, I think seeing the marquee and seeing that, it's an exciting place to come to. I mean, what's going on here at the theater is incredible. Them now being in their 10th main stage show is like a really, really cool thing. And it seems like there's this momentum. And people in the area saying, "Oh wow, like we could go to the theater." I got my hair cut last week just down. I can't even remember the name of the barber shop, but just down here on the right. And the gentleman who cut my hair said, "Oh yeah, it was my first time going to the theater. I mean, I'd been there before when it was a movie theater."
They love when you guys come in.
And they say, "Oh yeah," they say, "Wow, I think this is something that I'm going to have to do every single year." So you're creating that culture, and I think a lot of that is that sort of adrenaline rush or the feeling or the excitement of live theater that you don't necessarily get from watching Netflix or Hulu or HBO or whatever of whatever it is. But we don't know that we get that feeling if we don't have that experience. And I think that's really, especially with these student shows here, to kind of create that culture. And then that's something that they can take with them, and then later in life, they say, "Oh yeah, I have some fond memories of when I went to go, when I went to go see Miracle on 34th Street," and that's something that you can take with you for your whole life.
Yes. Now you're from Canada, right?
London, Ontario, Canada, born and raised.
Wow. Now, did you grow up playing hockey?
Yes, I played hockey from the time I was 4 years old, and I played competitive hockey all the way until I was 19 years old, then high school, and then I saw a performing arts group and said, I think I'd like to be doing what they're doing. And because I'd done a little bit of theater, but not a lot. My family's artistic. Grew up playing classical guitar. My father's a guitar teacher. But it was something that I hadn't really thought that I wanted to do. And then I saw this performing arts group and was literally on the edge of my seat the entire...
The same kind of feeling that you had in sports.
For sure, because I didn't, like, this gift that I was receiving, I didn't know it, like, it was like, oh, I want to give that to somebody else.
When I played baseball all my life.
Yeah.
So, there's the rituals that you go through before a game.
Yeah.
Like for me, I would watch the starting pitcher to see how he grips the ball, how fast he throws the ball, can he get the curveball over? It would get me in the zone.
Right.
And I'm sure you did that in hockey, too, to get ready for a game.
Yeah, for sure. I think, whether it's you throwing the water bottle on your face, having a good warm-up, or even jostling a little bit with some of the other people. And I always like to try and make contact with as many people as possible, too, before the show.
Right. Well, could you take some of the things you learned in sports of getting ready for a game and how you prepare before you walk on stage, that everything's just right, that you walk out here?
I think when it boils down to it, we're creatures of habit. And whatever you can do to put yourself into that sort of neutral place where you're ready to take on whatever comes your way, and whatever that is for you. So yeah, I think there is definitely some routine involved. Funny you should ask me, like, I guess this is related. The first professional show I did at the Penobscot Theatre Company in Bangor, Maine, which is where my wife is from. We moved back there after both being a part of this performing arts group. The director asked me this question, and I said, well, I just think of it like it's a team sport. I'm just playing, it's like for me, this is me being out on the ice, and I want to contribute to that. If I make everybody else look good, then you look good.
Right.
So, and that's kind of something
I like that way of looking at it. I think sports prepares you for a lot of different things.
It definitely can, and I kind of even mentioned it to a couple of the younger kids who came to our student shows. It's like, how many people here have played on a team or been in choir or done this, and to me, it's so interrelated, and I think a lot of times we want to kind of compartmentalize them and say that they're different. It's like, oh, those are the theater kids, and oh, those are the jocks, and those are the band kids. And it's like...
Well, I think High School Musical changed that a little bit, too.
Right, and there's now kind of been this resurgence, this next generation of High School Musical, which is really kind of enforcing that.
Good.
So I think we, latch on to that.
Yeah. Ira, thank you so much for being on Marty's Corner.
Absolute pleasure. Thank you for
Listen, if you want to come and see this fast-talking attorney proving that Santa Claus is real, while at the same time trying to win the heart of Doris Walker. All right? It's going to be, it's great. Come on down to the Argyle Theater. We're playing straight through Sunday, December 29th, and we can't wait to share the holidays with you.
Happy holidays.